Welcome to the Scumbag Report. It's Sunday, you know what that means? Scumbag Sunday, and today, this guy right here, this is our scumbag. Let me tell you what he did. It was his wife's birthday. Happy birthday, baby. What did he do? What did he do for his wife's birthday? He unalived his daughter, his wife's daughter. Why did he do this? Why did he do this? This case is blowing up. This is an international case. I mean, people are talking about this all over the world. And I just read about it, so I figured I'd nominate him as the scumbag of the day. Scumbag Sunday. Why not? Little background information. I was in law enforcement for approximately 30 years in America. And from time to time, in the area where I worked, which was quite diverse, we had some homicide investigations where the victim was a loved one, a female, and the suspect was a male, boyfriend, a parent. I've seen both. And in some cultures, a female's life is only worthy if the boyfriend, the husband, the parent decides that it is, you know? And if they decide that the female embarrassed the family or whatever they decide, they can unalive them, you know? The parent, the boyfriend, the husband, the male subject in certain ethnicities is judge, jury, and executioner. That's how some cultures work. Now, I really haven't heard too much about it in this ethnicity, India, where this case happened. But from first-hand experience, I do know that some Indian parents can be very domineering and controlling over their kids. Let me tell you a little bit about the daughter in this case. Her name was Radika. Her dad's name was Deepak, and the wife, I don't know what her name is, it doesn't really matter. It was her birthday. Supposedly, the wife was upstairs sick on her birthday. The daughter, Radika, she was downstairs cooking for her mom. She cooking food, standing, and dad comes up behind her, bam, 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 shoots her 3 times in the back, 1 time in the neck, and she's done. It's over. You know, her life's over. And he's in jail right now. They arrested him, you know. Like I said, this is his photo. This is what Radika looked like. Why did he do it, though? I mean, what would possess a father to end his daughter's life? A beautiful, young, 25-year-old daughter like this. There could be a few motives in this case. The motive that the police in India are reporting is that the father went into a rage because his daughter was so successful. She was the breadwinner of the family. She was an aspiring tennis player, like a pro tennis player. She had a tennis academy there. And she was doing really well. She was the breadwinner of the family. Allegedly, people abused the father for this, you know, teased him and, you know, talked behind his back and spoke to his face. And he was just ridiculed for his daughter being the breadwinner of the family. And it drove him to end her life, shooting her in the back from behind. There's also a report that she did a music video recently, that she was very popular on social media, and she may have been involved in a romantic relationship. Who knows? Families like this sometimes, they, you know, if you don't get the parents' permission, you can't have a relationship. You know what I mean? The parents want to decide who you're going to be with. Arranged marriages, all that type of shit still goes on there. So, do we really know what happened? I don't think so. I think maybe that'll come out later. I don't know if it'll ever come out, but right now, the confession and what the police are stating is that the father did it, allegedly, because he was being ridiculed because the daughter was the breadwinner. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Some of these cultures, it just, their customs are just so different. It's hard to wrap your head around, you know? What do you guys think? Have you guys ever experienced people from a culture where you've heard that this type of thing happens? If you're one of my people watching in India, if you know, I know that there's another case. I heard them talking about another case similar to this. Is this a common occurrence that, you know, I mean, I just think it's so weird that, like, because the daughter was the breadwinner. Now, I understand if the daughter's sneaking around, well, I don't understand, but I've heard this before, where the daughter has a boyfriend, or she's sneaking around, or doing things the parents don't approve of, that, you know, that people have been murdered that way. You know, that daughters' lives have been taken that way. I've heard that. Now, I'm not saying it's right. I've heard that. I've heard that that's happened. They still go to jail. You know, that's you can't do that shit, right? I mean, fuck. I don't know. Anyways, just a short video. We'll see what happens. This just happened a few days ago. It's been reported like crazy in India. You enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and stick around. Maybe we'll hear what really happened here.